Now, as we get closer and closer to the middle of this year of 2020, a lot of fans have been very curious about the future of the Star Wars franchise. However, very recently, a lot of fans have really been more up in arms over Star Wars by Lucasfilm's latest decision of hiring Leslye Headland for, of course, the new Star Wars TV series for Disney+. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, like I've said earlier just yesterday about this all-female-led Star Wars TV series, like I've said multiple times, I'm all for having female leads in a Star Wars TV series or a movie, but when you just shoehorn it in there just for the sake of shoehorning it into this TV series, that's when things begin to go very well wrong. You know, we've seen a prime example of this with Ghostbusters 2016. That's a great example of a colossal failure of a beloved franchise that really went in a different direction, and you can see that they realized that mistake because they're now coming out with the official Ghostbusters 3 in, of course, a couple of months, I believe, from now. Now, with that being said, everything related to the new TV series for Disney Plus that's going to be created by Leslye Headland, there's a lot of controversy because of what Headland plans to do with this TV show. Now, number one, okay, we've gone over this before, is that she has full creative control. This is going to, of course, be Kathleen Kennedy's only project, by the way, which she will have full creative control over as well. So that's at least somewhat of a good thing, because at least she's not touching The Mandalorian, she's not touching the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, and so on and so forth. Now, with that being said, what's really unfortunate is that now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as their new Star Wars universe. Now, currently both Disney and Lucasfilm have multiple plans in place in order to create a brighter and better future for the Star Wars brand and for the Star Wars community. Now, Kathleen Kennedy no longer has creative control over any of the existing projects in the works, except for the all-female-led Star Wars TV series for Disney Plus that will be created by Leslye Headland. Now, it's explained that the plan for Leslye Headland with her new TV series is that she wants to end any form of callbacks to creator George Lucas and any visions from George, and that her TV series will no longer honor George's legacy. It's noted that Leslye Headland does not want the burden to cling to George's vision for Star Wars and what Star Wars really means, and that she wants to end that with, of course, her TV series by creating a new beginning with her new TV show. It's said that Leslye Headland has full creative control for the TV show alongside Kathleen Kennedy as far as the rest of the projects currently in the works. Kathleen Kennedy has no control over any, of course, the other projects. However, this will be the only project that will include identity politics to its maximum. Leslye Headland is actually set to begin work on the TV series over the summer of this year for its pre-production phase, and that production, such as principal photography, is set to start sometime in 2021. It's unclear if the series is set for a 2022 or 23 release date. However, Disney has a plan to eventually release 3 TV shows a year for Disney Plus when it comes to Star Wars, and it's very possible that it's geared for a 2022 release alongside Kenobi. Now, Leslye also does not want to honor George's legacy, since she feels the TV series will perform better by going on its own, and that she even plans to hire Rian Johnson as a director or writer for a number of the episodes. So, the thing about Disney Star Wars right now, obviously, this is the one project that I believe is really going to go south. I think it's really going to perform very poorly. I think a lot of fans are going to reject it. And you know what? I think at the end of the day, this may very well be a blessing in disguise. You gotta at least have one project that's gonna fail terribly when it comes to Disney Plus to make them realize that this is not what the fans want, right? So, of course, this could obviously be a little bit of a lesson learned by, of course, Disney and Lucasfilm for allowing Kathleen Kennedy by contract to at least have control of one Star Wars TV series. Now, obviously, maybe we don't even need to go by the lesson being learned, because she no longer has creative control over any of the existing Star Wars projects. But this could be a lesson for Disney that whoever is going to take over Kathleen Kennedy in the near future, that they do not ever do anything like this again, such as hiring Leslye Headland, who no longer wants to honor George Lucas's legacy and his vision for Star Wars and what Star Wars really means. You know, we've seen a prime example of why George is so livid over Disney. He did not even appear at the premiere for The Rise of Skywalker. That speaks volumes. That tells us, the fans, that George is completely fed up with what Disney has done to his beloved creation. Now, when we look at Leslye Headland, we've seen interviews of her talking about Star Wars and her talking about her filmmaking techniques and her vision for the future of her career, and let me just say that her being the assistant, or should I say the prior assistant, to Harvey Weinstein is not a good start. It's not a good image at all. Not for herself, not for Disney, Lucasfilm, or Kathleen Kennedy for that matter. And I think that as long as the fans keep voicing their opinions over this, there's very well a possibility that maybe and just maybe they can look into the contract and find a way to get her out of there. I think that they have to. I think that this is a terrible image for Disney to hire a previous assistant of Harvey Weinstein. I think it's a big mistake, terrible move, and that's just my take on things. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.